Well, welcome to our one-on-one presented by Bob's Discount Furniture. Excited to welcome in Eagles linebacker Duke Riley. Duke, thanks for joining me, man.
Man, I appreciate it, friend. Nice, man. Appreciate the opportunity, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, first question, and I start this off every week the same way. When did you first make the move to linebacker? At what point did you say, like, all right, like I'm a linebacker full time now?
So when I was younger, I was always a quarterback and a running back, and on defense, I would pretty much play safety, linebacker, pretty much wherever, when you're young, you want to put the guy who will make the plays somewhere where they can make the plays, and that's kind of like the guy I was when I was younger. I was always, always had a motor, always around the ball, pretty much. And I guess when I got to high school, my high school really didn't do it was only like a few players throughout my whole high school, tradition to play both sides. You know what I'm saying? And so they didn't really do that a lot, and it was either quarterback, and at my high school we handed the ball off a lot. So I was like, you know what, I don't even want to get hit anyway, so I just want to do the hitting. So I'm gonna go move the linebacker. I think that's the best position for me. And it's kind of like the quarterback of the defense. You get to make the calls, make the checks. You gotta work off the guys in front of you, make the right fits for the guys behind you. So it's kind of like you gotta do It's not the toughest job on the defense, but it's the leaders at that position. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. And I was actually going to ask you if you embraced that move, but it sounds like you were kind of at the forefront. Like, yeah, all right, move me to defense full time. I'm good making that move. Did you play other sports growing up? Was football your first love, or how did that work when you were a kid?
Oh no, I was constantly into other sports. When I was younger, football was the main. Football, baseball, and as I got to middle school, track became a thing. Wrestling. That actually helped with my football. I think when I was 13, 12, I was really big in wrestling. My dad was a wrestler. My brother was one of the best wrestlers in the country at the time. So that was kind of something that my dad knew that would help my football, help my mental toughness, because wrestling I think is one of the hardest sports because it's really a one-on-one battle, and just the prep for the match is probably some of the hardest prep going into it. It's tough.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that. Like with guys coming out of the NFL draft, they're looking for offensive, defensive linemen. This guy was a wrestler in high school.
Right.
You don't necessarily talk about that with a linebacker. Is there anything from a physical standpoint, like your balance, your just the ability to play through contact? Is there anything else that you kind of draw on from your wrestling experience?
I guess the grit. The winning the one-on-one battles. And I just using my body, you learn how to really use my weight, because sometimes I was always an undersized linebacker, and I would, I've been hip tossed before because I've tried to attack a guy before, and them using their leverage on me. So I'm like, okay, it's really all about leverage, and if you're small, you gotta learn how to use different ways, and using my hands better. I think wrestling was big for me during my transition to be a better football player.
Would you play in baseball?
Center field and pitcher.
Yeah. What was your favorite position?
See, when I was a baseball player, but my dad never really wanted me throwing curveballs, because he knew that curveballs. A lot of people when they start them young throwing curveballs, it kind of mess their elbows up. So I would just throw heat every time. I was just throwing heat, But I really like center field more because I love to run balls down. I love the. I was really, really good at it. I was honestly, when I was younger, growing up, I was a better baseball than football player. You know what I mean? I thought that baseball was going to be my thing. Even my freshman year of high school, I was telling my dad, man, because I hit a big growth spurt from my freshman to my sophomore year.
Sure.
I was always undersized. And I remember telling my dad one day, I was like, man, I think I just want to really focus on baseball. He was like, are you serious? He's like, no, we're not doing that. He was like, it's going to come pretty much. You just got to keep working at, everything you do. So I wasn't always fast, but that's why I ran. My dad put me in track. My dad put me in stuff like that because he knew that if I did this, I would be faster, or if I, did wrestling, I'd be tougher. For football. And so he kind of he made me do all that. And it was really good for me to keep me active. But yeah, baseball, center field, and track became my thing, going into my sophomore year. I stopped playing baseball because it was just all right, I never really played basketball. When I did play basketball, I played it like football. I would get in there just to foul. I was just defense. I knew my role, though. I was just getting rebounds and I was passing it out. I was,
You're the dirty work guy.
Yeah, that's me. I'm the one who will get up in there and just go hard and get you the ball. I knew my role, though. I never was gonna shoot it.
So I'm going to take Duke Riley from 2020, and I'm going to transport him back to high school. All right, so we're going to go back 2010, 2011. You get to relive one experience. You get to shag some fly balls in baseball practice. You get to go for your. I know you guys. You were a very accomplished track athlete with relays, or you go to football practice. You got to pick one of the three. What are you going back to relive?
You talking about like just besides football, like?
Yeah, sure.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna stick to. Since I stopped doing baseball, I'm gonna go back and try to stick baseball out. I think because I really had a good thing going for myself, but it just got to the point to where I knew like, okay, football is gonna be my thing because I knew what type of player I was becoming, and I had made it up in my mind what I wanted to do and be, But I always tell myself, man, I wonder if I would have played baseball a little bit. I still think I can do it now.
Well, your dad got you on the right path, man. You made the right decision, Duke. Dude, thanks so much for joining us here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com. Best of luck this week. We'll talk to you again soon.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.